Hey guys, I'm just wrapping up practice here. I thought I'd give you guys a tournament recap or a practice recap. It's been super tough, man. The Harris chain is not what it was last year. The weeds are not good. It just looks super dirty and just not, there's no life. And the life you see doesn't look all that healthy. The bass you catch are just not good looking. And so I came here with the idea that I would spend my 3 days of practice on Lake Harris and Little Harris. I wanted to maximize my time. It's a chain of like 5 or 6 lakes connected by a couple of locks and lots of no wakes. And it can take you well over an hour to get to the far ends of the chain. So when you throw in a bunch of boats in these small locks, you're looking at potentially giving up 3 hours of fishing time. And the first couple times I was at this chain for tournaments, I locked to the far lakes, and I never had great results. I was always in the middle of the pack, and I think a lot of it was just because I didn't have as much fishing time as I needed. And so the last 3 times I've been here, I've concentrated on Harris, Little Harris, and Eustis, which are all, you know, roughly 10 or 15 minutes apart. Not hard to get to. And my result, I've had really good tournaments. You know, I've cashed checks in all of them, and just had good tournaments. So my plan was the same when I got here, but now I'm starting to regret it a little bit because it really is not fishing well. And I know a couple of the other lakes sound like they are fishing pretty good, but you know what? We're here to have a high finish. We're not here for points. You know, in order to make the Bassmaster Elites, you got to be in the top 3 at the end of the year. And in 3 tournaments out of 225 guys, you're probably going to have to average about top 20s in each of the tournaments. So, you know, I know I could go to those other lakes and probably catch a decent bag that would have me, you know, in the 60s out of 225. But that doesn't do me any good. I need to cash a check, which is a top 40. I feel like if your worst tournament is the top 40, you can make that top 3. So I'm out here on my last day. I'm trying to look for some beds to see if I can find a couple of big fish, and it's just not real good conditions. The sun finally just popped out, but we got pretty strong winds. And with the lake being so dirty, it's really hard to see anything. And I'm back in this Clearwater Creek right now that looks great, but there's just no life. I've seen a few bluegills, a few small bass, just not looking good. I'm throwing my little line through swim bait with the straw and the rivet in it that I showed a video probably a couple weeks ago about how to make that. I'll put the link in the description below so you guys can see it. It looks so good in the water, guys. I'll show it to you. You'll be able to see it good here. That's the practice report. My practice has not been good. Last year when I was here, I fished a lot of hard bottom spots, a lot of shell beds, and a lot of those just are not the same. Normally shell beds don't change, but I think with all of the decaying matter from them spraying all the weeds, that I think a lot of them are just kind of silted over, or not silted, but like mossed over. You try to fish them and you get black slime all over your bait. I mean, it doesn't matter what you throw, you're just getting black slime all over it. So I think a lot of those shell beds are still there, but I think a lot of that decaying organic matter is just covering the bottom, and that's making it tough for me. The problem is on Harris and Little Harris, I have yet to find any really good quality weeds, like good healthy weeds. You know, there's a few big mats, but I mean, they've clearly been sprayed and they're just big brown balls of yucky weed right now. And maybe you guys are going to catch them out of that. I guess I don't know. I fished it and have had no success. I'm kind of putting everything into one area right now. I've got I've had 4 decent bites, and it's one general area. I mean, I don't have a spot. I wish I had a spot, but I've had 4 decent bites, a couple 3-pounders, like a 4-pounder, and one that was probably 6 or 7 pounds, and they were all within a quarter-mile stretch of the lake. So I'm probably going to camp out in one general area of the lake and just see if I can grind out enough bites to put some of those quality fish in the boat, because I have yet to see anything over 2 pounds anywhere else in the lake. I've had some nice long fish, but they are really skinny, really unhealthy, post-spawn, and they just are not looking good. So that's what I'm going to do. Again, like I said, I'm not fishing for points. I'm fishing for, at this point, I feel like I'm fishing for a home run, just based on what I have. I'm kind of putting all my eggs in one basket, which is not normal for me, but I do feel like that area could produce a good bag too. So I think overall it's probably going to take, I'm going to say 14 a day to cash a check, which I know is high, but when you're talking about 225 boats and a lake with a lot of really big fish, I think it's very possible that, it takes close to 14 a day. 27 to 28 pounds will get you paid. And, anything less than that doesn't really matter. You're not in the top 40, you're not getting paid, you're not getting good enough points to potentially move on to the elites. So that's what we're going to do, guys. I appreciate watching. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet. Like it, share it on your social media pages. I appreciate each and every one of you watching the videos. So hopefully we'll have some good tournament recap footage with some good fish catches. So stay tuned. We'll have those coming out probably in the next couple of days, hopefully. Thanks for watching, guys.